Bonjour, Kinamagi and Ireland Dishnikas, and welcome to this production of the My Math Network. Today's topic, Chapter 10, Lesson 12, Problem Solving. Begin by looking at the assignment from our last session, which was dividing unit fractions by whole numbers. So our unit fractions would be numbers like 1/6, where there's a 1 on the top, and any other digit but 1 on the bottom, and dividing it by 2. So you can see here that 1/6 divided by 2, we split it up, we get 1/12. And you can see it as the check with the multiplication. 1/2 divided by 3 was 1/6. 1/4 divided by 5 is 1/20. Down here, 1/10 divided by 2 will be 1/20. 1/2 divided by 7 is 1/14, and so on. If you have any questions about that assignment, please reach out to me. Let's look at what today's will entail. Today is a problem-solving investigation where we understand, plan, solve, and check, where we're going to draw a diagram. And for many of the examples, it'll be a bar diagram. And you'll see the problems that we're going to do. The essential question in Chapter 10, what strategies can be used to multiply and divide fractions? Let's begin in your packet. It'd be page 777. If you don't have that, pause the video and grab it. And our first problem to discuss is Jean visited an aquarium over the weekend and saw 35 species of fish. This was 1/5 the total number of species of fish. How many total species of fish are at the aquarium? So anytime you do a story problem, you want to understand the problem first. And usually we'll start that with, what do we know? We know that he saw 35 species. So put it in there. And we know that it was 1/5. Those are numbers that come directly from the story problem. What do we want to know? Total number of species of fish at the aquarium. So it's very similar to what's already written there, but now we can break it down and say, this is exactly what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and write that in. I'll give you a few seconds. Remember, anytime I say I'm going to clear the screen, that gives you about 1 or 2 seconds to pause the video. I'm going to go ahead and clear the screen. You see it, will they agree with this here? Plan. I can solve the problem by drawing a diagram. So I'm going to put, we have 35 in each. And so I'm going to put in 35 in each of these. Apologize for the background noise. It's an active facility during a school day. And now, if I think back to what we learned earlier in the year, all of these together should equal what number goes there. Because 1/5 of this is 35. So I'm going to multiply 35 times 5. Well, we'll get into that step in just a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and clear the screen. And 35 times 5 is 175. There were 175 species of fish at the aquarium. So write that in. All right, let's go move forward here. We solve it, and you already saw the answer, which is 175. And now that we've gone that far, we can check it. And is their answer reasonable? 175 divided by 5 is 35. So yes, it is. Make sure that's all written in, and then we'll go to the top of the next page. where we'll practice it and do this one together. Then I'll give you one to practice, and then I'll give you a chance to shine. All right, so Victor has $18 in a piggy bank, spends 2/3 of the money on video games and 1/6 on candy. How much money will Victor have left? Facts do I know? Let's get my annotation tool here. $18 in the bank. Spent 2/3 on video games and 1/6 on candy. What do I need to find? How much you'll have left. Go ahead and write this all down. All right, I'll go ahead and clear the drawing. So we're going to plan. We're going to draw a diagram, and that's our plan all the time. And if you want to, you can just write draw a diagram. All right, moving on. Solve. Now there's a couple steps here to solve. First, I have to see how much he spent. And I know that 1/6 and 2/3 is going to be 5/6. And that's because 2/3 is 4/6. So 5/6 of 18. So it's by 18. And I'm going to have my box here. All right, but how much will go in each box? Well, 18 divided by 6 is 3. So I'll put 3 in each box. And I know that they spent this one, spent this one, spent this one, spent this one, and even that one. And there's one group of 3 left. Now, I already have solved the problem. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that's written in. This is where you're in your solve, and then we can check our answer. And I'll clear the drawing first. See a way to do it. Is your answer reasonable? Yep, 1/6 times 18 is 3. All right, I want you to try number 1. Draw a diagram, and then let's see your answer. Go ahead and pause your video now. Welcome back. If your answer was $5, you did well. And that would have a diagram with a 20 on top, 4 sections, and each section had $5, and there was 1 left. Let's do one more. Go ahead and do number 2. You may pause the video now. Welcome back. $50. We know that they had 10 total DVDs, but they were being sold in groups of 2. So that's 5 groups. And if each group is $10, there you get your 50. At this point, I would like you to try the assignment. If you're in the physical classroom, it'll go in the bin. If you are at home and normally in the classroom, you can always fill it out and bring it in, or you can enter it in the Google form. It is also acceptable to put your name on the top of both sides, scan or take a picture of it and send it to me via text or email. Reach out to me if you have any questions. In our next session, we'll be reviewing for the Chapter 10 test. Have a minute, Minwa, Mama P.